Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about a simple yet profoundly powerful exercise. For the next 3 days, I challenge you to talk to yourself differently. I'm talking about a mindset shift that has the potential to reshape your life. The words you speak to yourself have the power to shape your entire life. Most people don't realize this, but your inner dialogue is one of the most significant forces influencing your thoughts, actions, and ultimately your destiny. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for how you experience the world. If you're constantly telling yourself that things are too hard, that you can't handle the challenges that come your way, then guess what? You will attract exactly that kind of energy. Your brain listens to every word you say and it reacts to it like a machine. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, your mind will start reinforcing that belief. But if you stand in front of the mirror and say, I am capable of anything I set my mind to, your brain will start working toward that goal, looking for ways to make it happen. Your words are not just words, they are commands. And when you give your mind powerful, positive commands, it will follow through. Think about the athletes, the leaders, the entrepreneurs who achieve what others only dream of. What sets them apart isn't just their skills or talent, it's their mindset. They speak to themselves differently. They believe in their own power. They've mastered the art of self-talk. They tell themselves that failure is just a step on the way to success, that challenges are opportunities to grow, and that nothing, absolutely nothing, is going to stand in their way. These people don't leave room for self-doubt. They don't let negativity take up space in their minds. They have learned to speak with power, with confidence, with determination, and their lives reflect that. Now, I want you to think about yourself for a moment. What do you say to yourself when things get tough? What do you say to yourself when you're not seeing the results you want? Do you retreat into negativity? Do you blame others or make excuses for why you haven't succeeded? Or do you stand tall, look yourself in the eye, and say, I am built for this? You need to realize that the words you speak to yourself become your reality. If you want to change your reality, you must start by changing the way you talk to yourself. You can't wait for someone else to build you up or give you permission to succeed. You must give yourself permission. You must decide right now that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of achieving greatness. And you do that by speaking those truths to yourself every single day. When you start talking to yourself like this, like someone who's unstoppable, unshakable, and destined for greatness, everything begins to shift. Your energy changes, your focus becomes sharper, your vision becomes clearer. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. You stop seeing failures as defeats and start seeing them as lessons, as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. You begin to act in alignment with the person you are becoming, not the person you've been. This is the power of self-talk. It's a tool that can literally transform your life. So I want to challenge you for the next 3 days. Listen to the voice in your head. What is it telling you? Is it telling you that you're not good enough? That you'll never make it? That you're just not capable of achieving your goals? Or is it telling you that you are more than capable, that you are destined to succeed, and that no one, not even yourself, can stop you? I change the conversation. Speak to yourself like someone who is about to change the world. Speak to yourself like someone who knows their worth, their potential, and their power. Start saying the words that will propel you forward. Start commanding your mind to work in your favor, and watch as your life starts to align with the success you've been dreaming of. The truth is, you've been underestimating yourself for far too long. Your greatest enemy isn't the world or the people around you, it's the negative self-talk that holds you back. And you have the power to silence it. You have the power to take control of the narrative, to change the story you've been telling yourself, and to write a new chapter, one of victory, one of success, and one of unbreakable confidence. Start speaking to yourself like the winner you are. It all begins with you, and it begins with the words you say. Speak with purpose. Speak with power. Speak with the belief that you are unstoppable, and you'll start seeing the world respond to that energy. For the next 3 days, I want you to talk to yourself differently. I want you to replace every ounce of doubt with sheer confidence. You see, doubt is the killer of progress, the thief of potential, and the poison in your mindset. It holds you back, it traps you in the same place, and it keeps you from becoming the person you're meant to be. Confidence, on the other hand, is what breaks through the barriers, shatters the limitations, and propels you towards success. Confidence is the fuel that pushes you to keep going when everyone else gives up. Confidence is what drives you to take risks, to face challenges head on, and to get results no matter the obstacles in your way. When you doubt yourself, you're giving up control of your life. You're letting fear dictate your actions. You're letting the negative voices in your head win. You might tell yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough. But that's the exact moment you need to flip the script. What you need to tell yourself is, I've got this, I will find a way, and there's nothing stopping me now. You have to rewire your brain to believe that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. The moment you start speaking to yourself with confidence, you take back control. You become the leader of your own thoughts, the commander of your destiny. Imagine for a second that every time you spoke to yourself, you spoke with the kind of confidence that a winner carries. What would happen? You would stop second-guessing every decision. You would stop hesitating when the opportunity knocks. Instead of waiting for permission, you'd take action. That's what confidence does for you. It eliminates the need for validation from anyone else. It makes you the kind of person who doesn't need others to believe in them because you believe in yourself more than anyone else possibly could. The moment you stop doubting your own abilities is the moment you take the first step toward achieving things you never thought possible. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out from the start. It's about believing that you have the strength to figure it out, no matter the challenge. It's about walking into every situation, not with a sense of arrogance, but with the understanding that you are resourceful, capable, and worthy of success. Confidence is the quiet, knowing that you will find the solution no matter what. It's the courage to step up and say, I will get this done, even when the odds are stacked against you. And trust me, the world respects that kind of attitude. People gravitate toward it. Opportunities open up for you, not because you're perfect, but because you exude the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. The doubt you've been carrying around with you, it's not yours to keep. It's time to throw it out. It's a lie you've been telling yourself for too long. And for the next 3 days, every time you feel doubt creep in, you shut it down with a wave of confidence. Tell yourself, I am more than capable. I will make this happen. I refuse to let doubt define me. The moment you choose confidence, the entire trajectory of your life changes. You start showing up differently. You start making decisions that are aligned with the person you want to be, not the person you've been told you should be. So over the next 3 days, don't just talk to yourself like you're someone trying to make it. Talk to yourself like you're already there. Speak to yourself with the confidence of someone who's already succeeded. Speak to yourself like you're a force to be reckoned with, because that's exactly who you are. You're not here to play small. You're here to dominate, to conquer, and to take control of your future. When you speak with confidence, you build a mindset that won't back down no matter how tough it gets. And that, my friend, is how you unlock your true potential. If you want to achieve anything significant in this life, you need to set your standards so high that they make people question your sanity. You can't afford to think small, act small, or be small. The moment you settle for mediocrity, you give up on your potential and resign yourself to a life of average. But you weren't born to be average. You weren't born to fit in or to follow the crowd. You were born for something bigger, something more powerful, something extraordinary. And that starts with setting standards that push you beyond what you thought was possible. Most people go through life with no real ambition, no real goals, and no real vision. They wake up every morning doing the same things with the same mindset, and they wonder why their life hasn't changed. They settle for less because it's easy. They take what's given to them instead of going after what they really want. But if you want to break through, if you want to rise above the noise, you need to demand more from yourself. Setting high standards means refusing to accept excuses, refusing to allow fear or doubt to control your decisions. It means having the courage to believe in your own potential when others can't see it. When you set high standards, you become your own toughest critic. You don't let yourself off the hook when things get tough. You don't settle for good enough because you know you're capable of so much more. You hold yourself accountable to a standard of excellence, and you don't lower that standard for anyone or anything. But here's the truth: high standards aren't easy to meet. They're not supposed to be. They're meant to challenge you. They're meant to stretch you beyond your comfort zone, to make you uncomfortable enough that you have no choice but to grow. And when you start setting these standards for yourself, you'll begin to notice something amazing. You'll rise to the occasion. You'll surprise yourself with what you're able to accomplish when you push yourself harder than you ever thought possible. Your standards are the foundation of your success. If you want to be successful, you can't afford to set your goals low. You need to set goals that scare you, goals that push you to levels you've never been to before. Because when you do that, you open up a world of possibilities. You start to believe that you can do things that others can't. You start to believe that nothing is impossible for you. But that starts with you right now, today. It starts with you demanding more from yourself than anyone else ever will. When you set high standards, you become a magnet for success. You won't attract mediocrity because mediocrity has no place in your world. You'll start to draw in people, opportunities, and situations that match your level of ambition. So the world responds to your standards. If you settle for less, you get less. If you strive for more, the world will give you more. But you have to make the decision. You have to decide that you're worth the effort, that you deserve the best, and that you will accept nothing less. Every time you aim higher, every time you push yourself further, you create momentum. You start to develop a mindset that refuses to accept defeat, that refuses to stop until you've reached the top. And when you reach the top, you won't look back. You won't be satisfied with simply achieving your goals. You'll start setting new, even higher standards. Because once you raise the bar, you'll never settle for anything less than excellence again. This isn't just about achieving success. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to settle. It's about developing a mindset that doesn't just accept what's given to you, but create something new, something great. You need to set your standards so high that people can't help but look at you and say, that person is unstoppable. So ask yourself this: are you willing to hold yourself to those high standards? Are you willing to push past your comfort zone and demand more from yourself? Because that's the only way you'll ever reach the heights you're capable of. That's the only way you'll truly become the person you were meant to be. When you raise your standards, you raise your life. And when you do that, you change everything. Excuses are for the weak. They are the crutch that holds you back when you should be moving forward. You don't have time for excuses. I don't care about your circumstances, your past, or how tough life is right now. The world isn't waiting for your excuses, and neither should you. If you want to change your life, you've got to stop making excuses and start delivering results. There's only one thing that counts at the end of the day, and that's results. No one cares why you didn't make it happen. They care about whether or not you did. I think about it, how many times have you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, it's not the right time, or I don't have what it takes? Well, guess what? Tomorrow never comes. The right time never arrives. And you'll never have everything you need to take action unless you decide to make it happen with what you've got right now. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take massive, relentless action in the face of fear, doubt, and obstacles. If you want results, you've got to get off your ass and start grinding, no matter how hard it seems. I've met too many people who sit there with great ideas, brilliant plans, and the drive to succeed, but they can't get out of their own way. They sit in their comfort zone, making excuses about why they're not getting the results they want. I don't have enough time, they say. I don't have enough money, they claim. Well, those are just excuses, and I'll tell you right now, if you keep letting those excuses rule your life, you'll never achieve anything worth having. You will remain stuck. You will remain average. And that's not what you're here for. You're here to break through. You're here to rise above the mediocrity. When you wake up in the morning, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, no more excuses. I'm going to make this happen today. Your mind is powerful, but you've got to train it to think like a winner. A winner doesn't find reasons to stop. A winner finds ways to keep moving, even when everything is working against them. A winner doesn't care about the obstacles. A winner cares about the end result, the goal they've set for themselves. If you want to change your life, it starts with this shift: no more excuses, only results. You've got to get out of your head and get into action. You've got to stop waiting for things to be perfect, because trust me, they never will be. There will always be problems, always be setbacks, always be reasons to stop. But the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is the ability to push through, to keep moving forward, and to get it done no matter what. Take responsibility for where you are. Stop blaming others, stop blaming your circumstances, and stop blaming the world. It doesn't matter how tough things are. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen. What matters is what you do next. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone and whine about why things are tough. It takes guts, it takes drive, it takes commitment to step up and take ownership of your future, to say, I'm going to make it happen. No more excuses. You have everything you need to succeed right now, everything. The only thing standing between you and your success is the story you tell yourself about why it's not possible. So stop telling yourself lies. Stop telling yourself that you're not capable, that you're not enough, that you can't do it. You are capable. You are capable. You are more than enough. And yes, you can do it. But only if you take action. Only if you stop making excuses and start getting results. You can keep telling yourself why you can't, or you can start telling yourself why you must. The decision is yours. But I'll tell you this: if you want to be someone who achieves greatness, someone who breaks through barriers and creates success, you cannot afford to make excuses. You can't afford to waste another day. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and come up with another excuse? Or are you going to step up and get the results you've been telling yourself you want? It's your call, but know this: if you choose excuses, you choose failure. If you choose results, you choose success. And that's the only option you should be considering. Stop the excuses. Start the results now. You need to understand something, and I mean really understand it. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. If you're serious about achieving something great, you're going to have to put in the work that most people aren't willing to do. The grind, the hustle, the sacrifice, it's all part of the game. You can't expect to reach your goals if you're not willing to outwork everyone around you. While others are sleeping in, watching TV, or making excuses, you need to be up and getting things done. And it's not just about the time you put in, it's about the effort, the intensity, the relentless drive you bring to everything you do. If you want success, you have to be relentless in your pursuit of it. Relentless doesn't mean just showing up when it's convenient. It means showing up every single day, no matter how tough things get, no matter how many obstacles you face. It means giving 110% when you feel like you have nothing left to give. It means pushing yourself to the point where you're uncomfortable, where your body is telling you to quit, but your mind tells you to keep going, because you know that the pain is temporary, but the results will last forever. You can't afford to be half-hearted in this journey. Mediocrity will never get you to the top. It's the relentless, the driven, the ones who don't stop when things get hard that make it. There's a reason why some people rise to the top while others stay stuck where they are. It's not luck. It's about the way they approach their goals. They don't sit around waiting for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. They make their own luck. They find a way to keep moving forward when everyone else is looking for reasons to quit. It's that drive, that unwillingness to accept failure as an option, that separates them from the pack. You think the world's going to hand you success? You think people are just going to give it to you because you ask nicely? That's not how this works. You have to take it. You have to fight for it every damn day. And you don't stop fighting until you've reached that goal. Every day that you wake up, you need to make a choice. You can either keep doing the same things and expect different results, or you can choose to be relentless. Relentless in your efforts, relentless in your focus, relentless in your commitment to your dreams. It's not about working harder than everyone else. It's about working smarter, working with purpose, and working with consistency. Success is not about a lucky break or hitting the jackpot. It's about waking up every morning with a fire in your belly, knowing that no matter what happens today, you're going to give it everything you've got. Look around you. Look at the people who are where you want to be. What do they have that you don't? The answer is simple. They made the decision to be relentless. They decided they weren't going to let setbacks, distractions, or failures get in their way. They refused to let anything stand between them and their goals. And guess what? It paid off. They didn't stop. They didn't settle. And you can't either. There will be days when you feel like throwing in the towel. Days when it seems like the road ahead is just too hard. But those are the days that count the most, because that's when you find out what you're made of. That's when you prove to yourself that you can handle the weight of your dreams, and you'll keep pushing no matter how hard it gets. The difference between success and failure is simple. The ones who make it are the ones who stay in the game longer, the ones who show up when no one else does, the ones who keep fighting when everyone else has given up. So stop making excuses, stop waiting for the perfect time, get up, get moving, and make sure that every single day you are relentless in your pursuit of what you want. You can rest when you've made it. But for now, you have work to do. Stay relentless. Never stop. Change begins immediately. It's not something that happens in the distant future or some distant time that you hope will come when the stars align. Change starts right now, this very second. It begins the moment you decide that you're no longer going to be the person you've always been. It starts in your mind with a simple but powerful decision: I'm done with where I am. I'm ready for something better. This moment, this realization, is where everything shifts. You've been waiting for a perfect moment to begin, but the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. There's no magical date on the calendar when all the stars will align and everything will fall into place. What matters is that right now you have the power to change everything about your life. You can decide in this moment to be the person who takes action, who stops making excuses, who no longer waits for things to happen but makes them happen. The time for waiting is over. Today is the day that you stop telling yourself maybe tomorrow and start living with purpose and urgency. Change doesn't require a gradual, long process. It's not about waiting for weeks or months for things to get better. No, change is an instant decision. A commitment to yourself and your future that starts with a shift in how you see yourself. It's about choosing to believe that you're capable of more than you've ever given yourself credit for. The longer you wait to make that decision, the more you hold yourself back from the life you deserve. But the moment you say, I'm done with the old me, I'm stepping into the new me right now, everything will begin to align. It's about tapping into the power within you and making the choice to move forward. You see, the change you're looking for isn't something that will come tomorrow or next week. It's something that's already inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. Life will never be perfect. But your decision to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your future can happen today. The change begins right now, because right now is all you have. You don't have the luxury of time to wait around. The clock is ticking, and every moment you hesitate is a moment you'll never get back. It's time to step up. Step into your potential. Step into who you were meant to be. Once you make that choice, you will see how much power you actually have. You will be amazed at how quickly the world starts responding to your new energy. It's not about waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed. It's not about waiting for circumstances to be perfect. It's about understanding that you are the one who can make things happen. You can take action, create momentum, and start making changes right now. The moment you decide to speak to yourself differently, think differently, act differently, everything shifts. It's all within your control. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for someone to tell you that it's okay. You've got everything you need right now to start making things happen. The change you've been looking for doesn't require time, it requires a decision. That's it. A decision to stop accepting mediocrity and start demanding greatness. That decision changes everything. So let today be the day. Let this moment be the turning point. Take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. Because that step, when taken with conviction, will lead you to places you never thought possible. It doesn't take a long time to change your life. It only takes a decision, and that decision can be made right now. In closing, let me remind you of one undeniable truth: the power to change your life is already within you. It's not something you have to wait for, hope for, or beg for. It starts the moment you decide that enough is enough. It starts the moment you speak to yourself with purpose, with confidence, and with the knowledge that you are capable of greatness. Change isn't a distant dream, it's a reality waiting to be unlocked. So stop waiting for the right time, the perfect circumstances, or the approval of others. Start speaking to yourself like the person you are destined to become, and watch as the world shifts to meet that energy. The next 3 days will be your starting point. But remember, this isn't just about those 3 days. This is about setting a new standard for your life, for how you see yourself, and for how you show up in the world. Today, right now, you have the power to make that decision. And that decision will change everything. Don't wait any longer. Make the decision, take the action, and watch how quickly everything falls into place. The future you want begins right now. It begins with you.